frequencies. So we have to get that right in our mind. There's an energy flowing through our consciousness. We have what's called an inductive reasoning factor. That gives us the ability to you could pick up thoughts. There's actually thoughts floating around. Your thoughts, my thoughts, they're everywhere. Like if I have a thought, it's omnipresent. It's just as present in your mind as it is in mine. You may not be aware of it's there, but so your inductive reasoning factor can choose a thought, or it can take this unadulterated creative power, pure spirit, and it can create a thought. You literally create a thought. And you put that thought with another thought and another, and you got an idea. An idea is nothing but a thought or a collection of thoughts directed towards a purpose. So what we're doing is we're taking this power that's flowing through us and we're using this higher faculty that we've got in creating thoughts. Now, that's the one point that all the great leaders have agreed on. They've disagreed on virtually everything else. We become what we think about. Yep, listen to the conversations of most people. A high percentage of the population are talking about what they don't want, what they hope doesn't happen. They never realize, and it's going to be obvious they don't realize this, that they are directing this magnificent power that's totally subjective. It has no ability to alter anything. You got the choice. But I'm going to tell you something. There's no shortage of good ideas flowing into your mind. There is no shortage. There's an abundance of them. While you're driving, while you're in the shower, while you're eating dinner, while you're talking to somebody, you take mental breaks. Everyone has these ideas. You have them flying on your mind, don't you? But we discard them as fast as they come. Why would we do that? Why wouldn't we keep them there and focus on them? Say, I can do that. I can do that. Why? Because we're ignorant. That's why. If you're observant, you're going to see outer reality shaping itself upon the model of your imagination. Now, this is all our imagination at work. Imagination isn't something just kids play with until they get a little older. Imagination, he'll sit, is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force the world has ever known. You have one. It's one of your higher faculties. That was that sacred gift. Now, what I want to suggest you do is really let yourself relax and start to dream. But as you're doing it, also become aware of how your paradigm is going to fight you. This is where I am. I know how I got here. This is where I want to go. This is a place. If it's a place, don't let it die. Hold it. If it dies, bring it right back. Understand, it's a frequency.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is day 4 of the Mindset Mastery webinar. That was a video by Bob Proctor. So powerful as always. Bob has definitely a style and a way of explaining things like nobody else does. And yeah, I'm here today with my friend Ahmed and myself, Nina. We are here to complete this training. So if you're joining us today for the first time, hello and welcome. We are 2 mindset coaches and we help professionals, CEOs, business leaders, and all kinds of people who have different goals of all kinds. We help them set up and achieve the right goals in the easiest and the most effortless way possible. And this is actually following a scientific way designed by none other than the Bob Proctor that you've been listening to a few seconds ago. So hello and welcome. This is day 4. And as every day, we are streaming on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on Facebook. So if you're joining us on any of these platforms, say hello in the comments. Ask us any questions you might have, because today is Q&A day. We have been training for 3 days already, and this is day 4, and we have allocated this whole day for your questions. We will also be sharing our personal stories and how we got here and how we achieved our goals. So maybe you get inspired and make the decision today to start working towards your goals. And we also have a surprise for you at the end of this training. So stay tuned and welcome again. I'll be following on the social media platforms to see if there's any questions. We already have some questions prepared for you today from previous events and from previous clients. So maybe you'll have your question that you may not be daring to ask yet. Remember, any question can make sense. If it makes sense to you, do not hesitate, do not be shy. Ask ahead, and we are here for you to answer all your questions. So let's start without further ado. Recap from day 3. So as I was saying, this is day 4. In day 3, we talked a lot about how to tune into the frequency of your goal. If that does not really resonate with you yet, frequencies and vibrations were things that we talked about a lot yesterday, and Ahmed talked about frequency of the goal and how we all have energy following to and through us, and how we can actually control that energy and make it work for us as a tool to reach your goal and to reach your objectives in the most effortless way if you truly control your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. We also talked about the role of faith, and that kind of faith is the faith based on belief and understanding. So faith based on understanding is tremendously crucial in goal achievement because it keeps you tuned without really needing that extra motivation that you may have at the beginning of the goal. Eventually you will need discipline to carry on and to continue working towards your goal, and you will not be able to do so effortlessly and easily if you don't believe that you could get the goal. And we also talked about something very important that you may need to maybe take note of, or at least keep in mind, that you will not achieve the goal if you don't believe you can achieve it. That just makes sense. So if these topics are already interesting for you, please go back to the LinkedIn page, to the replays on YouTube, or ask us for the links. We have all the recordings ready for you to watch if this is the first time you stumbled upon us, maybe. We also talked about decision and how it is crucial to make committed decisions, and how just making the decision once and the next day you feel maybe demotivated, that's what most people go through. And we explained a lot about the difference between this kind of decision and a committed decision that will keep you going through no matter what. We also talked about attitude, and Ahmed explained the right kind of attitude and how attitude is actually a composite of what's going on in your conscious mind, in your subconscious mind, in your body, and how attitude is the main trigger or the main cause for all your results, whether they're bad or good. It's your attitude. Change the attitude, make the decision, believe in your goal, and tune into the frequency of the goal. These were all the topics that we discussed yesterday. And today, we will start by telling you our stories. So, Ahmed, I'll let you maybe reintroduce yourself and tell us your story.
Thank you, Nina, for this great recap. And welcome for everyone. I love this day, the last day, because I will be listening to the questions, and this will tell me how much the audience were just engaged with us. So the more they are engaged, they are doing this for themselves. To make it short, my story, it's at age like 18 years, I was a little bit somehow having lots of doubts in myself. But I was just good at math and physics. Then I thought maybe if I go to engineering field, because I love engineering. And that was my dream. And I did it. With all the financial issues that I were facing, I did my master's degree in robotics and artificial intelligence back 2012. So I finished my master's degree in engineering, and I was back in Lebanon, and then I moved to Saudi Arabia. I got a great opportunity because, to be very frank, I was overwhelmed with lots of financial debt, maybe more than $200,000. So I thought that my main goal was just to go out of debt. I was not thinking anything else other just going out of my debt. And I was working day and night, just working very hard. And if I look back at that period, it was so tough on me, so tough. And especially in the construction field, there's lots of tension. I kept doing it till 2018, even though I did great job. And by that time, I was the head of department, but I was not concentrating on myself. And then I thought maybe if I change that field, I will have the opportunity to develop more and just think of myself. Then I changed. I got a great opportunity in a facility management. And it was a great opportunity to learn more and expand more. And I started with that field, new field for me. And I did a great job because it was a huge responsibility. I was managing assets more than around $3 billion assets under my management. And it was a huge responsibility. I was afraid of taking that choice and making that choice, but I did it. At the beginning, I was so excited, like for the first 2 years, and I was doing great until COVID hits. And believe me, like I stayed like 6 months, beginning of 2020, I stayed like 6 months at home, working from home, and it was a great opportunity for me to just relax and think and just get calm because it was an opportunity to jump out of this rat race. It's like a hamster wheel. Everyone is running. They don't know why they are running and what's going on without a purpose. Then I would sit with myself just thinking of, because by that time I was able to be somehow financially free by 2020. So I thought that I was thinking, I will not continue my life in this way. I have to take care of myself and my family. And I was going to have my first baby. So I was thinking so much in myself and in the purpose and the way how I will be raising my kids and even my family. By that time, I made a decision that I have to make this self-discovery and start reading books because I was not doing anything of that, any personal growth or any development for myself. I was doing things for professional things like PMP and FMP for the professional things. But for the personal, I didn't invest anything. I thought only in the professional things that I would be great. And because all what I'm thinking of is my job and my work. After 2 years of reading books, 20 and 21, and just watching channels and following people, like you say, motivating people. But to be very frank, the change was very minor, like 20% change in my results. Then I was asking myself, why this is happening to me? Then I thought maybe because I'm having an engineering background, maybe I need a different degree, a business background. So by 22, I decided to make my MBA. So I did my MBA by 22 and used the opportunity to thank Chris Harron because he was a great mentor, business mentor for me, and he supported me a lot. And I started my own business. I started my three own businesses, but by the end of the year, that's not what I'm looking for. I was looking for a greater impact, for doing something that is more purposeful, for having having this fulfilling life. So I was looking and discovering more about myself. By the end of my MBA, my business mentor, Chris Harron, told me, why you don't have your own business consulting company? I didn't give it a serious thought. And that's the necessity of to be aware and have this attention to take the opportunities. And by that time, through 23, I was looking because I was having good knowledge and good experience. I was looking for an organized knowledge to be merged with what I know so I can help others. And by mid 23, I was introduced to Bob Proctor. And here where the shift happened. And I started understanding myself more and more and why I was winning and where I was winning and why I was losing. So I start understanding everything. Everything starts to wire with me. And just studying it for the 6 months till end of 23, even from the first 1 week, I just noticed that I will spend all my life studying this material. And by end of this 23, I made that decision to start my own business company. And I became a certified consultant. And just the shift from mid 23 till now, it's dramatic. Thanks God I hit the 7 figures. I'm not telling this to impress you, just to impress upon you. And the changes was just, it's continuous, because what we explained yesterday, it's once you get in the point of knowledge and study, you'll start having more levels of awareness and higher level of awareness and understanding of what's going on and being in harmony with the thoughts. And then you'll have faith in yourself doing bigger, greater goals. And then you'll get to the level of expressing your well-being. And this will accelerate, because money loves acceleration. You'll be in that frequency. And just from one goal, I'm achieving higher and bigger goals. So this is somehow my story. And it's just once I start reading the material and understanding myself, because till now, the more I understand myself, I don't say that I know myself, the more I understand and study myself, I realized I have bigger and huge capabilities to do something greater. So that's a journey for me, and it's not a destination. So all what I'm thinking of is how could I enjoy that in this journey and just have this happy, healthy, wealthy life. So that's somehow my story, Nina. And if you would love to share your story.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you for sharing your story with us. So inspiring indeed.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I think at some point, every single one of us has made a decision to start something, to achieve more, to get more. But for some reason, most of people get stuck and stay where they are, or achieve like 20% increase, 15% increase. Maybe they double their income after 10 years or 15 years. We don't want that. We want to grow and grow quickly, because there's so much potential within us. And now I'm telling you my story. And my story actually started at some point of my life, maybe 3 years ago. I was not in a bad place at all. I had a great job. I had a great apartment. I could travel the world. Life was not bad at all. So I didn't have any reason to go and look for a change. And this is a very dangerous place to be in. When
Yes.
everything is not that bad, you don't have any trigger. You don't have any reason to go and say, okay, enough is enough. I need to change this. If like everything is not so bad, everything is just okay. I can live this way forever. And that's not good. So don't wait for the trigger as I did. Don't don't do the same mistake that I did. But I'll tell you what happened next. After maybe a while, a few years of living this way, my body started acting strange. I developed an autoimmune disease. And if you are familiar with the concept of autoimmune diseases, is when your body actually starts to fight itself. And I guess I didn't understand what was happening at the beginning. I started developing some strange symptoms. And the minute I was diagnosed with this autoimmune disease, my first thought was, oh my God, what did I do to myself so that my body, my brain decided to fight itself, to fight the rest of my body? That made sense in a very logical way for me, because I knew I had suppressed so much expression of my emotions, so much potential, so much opportunities within me. I have suppressed that for some reason, for many reasons. Most of them were subconscious, but I knew the potential, the opportunities, the ideas, the emotions were there, trapped somehow. And your body will find a way to express that, whether you like it or not. For me, that was this autoimmune disease, and that was my wake-up call. Frankly, I did what I could to make some research to understand what was going on with my brain and my body and my mind. And then eventually I was on YouTube looking for some law of attraction videos and trying to attract like the best thing I could do for myself at that point. And I stumbled upon a video of Bob Proctor. The rest is history, really, because Bob had a way of explaining things like nobody else did. And for the first time, it made sense to my heart, not just to my brain, because many things make sense, but they don't really resonate on an emotional, vibrational level. So when Bob was explaining the law of vibration, how our bodies will develop diseases if we don't express our full potential, I understood like this is exactly what happened. For most part of my life, I was sitting there just trying to be the good girl, trying to do what everybody else was doing, trying to get the good job, trying to get the good apartment, whatever. Just I didn't want anybody to be angry with me, so I didn't really express much more than I needed to do. So eventually I started working on myself. That video of Bob was the only thing I needed to make a decision to invest in myself. I signed up to his program immediately. I didn't need anybody to convince me because it made sense to my heart. And this is what we need. If we resonate with something, we will make the decision no matter what. I remember I didn't even have the money to invest that. So I just made payments, and eventually I figured out new ways of making money so that I can pay for that program. So I didn't really let anything come between me and learning more about myself and getting the coaching and the help I needed, because I knew this is what I needed and I knew this is what's going to help me. Eventually, long story short, just after a couple of months, I was totally cured from my disease. I kid you not. I started learning more about myself, learning more about business, learning more about multiple streams of income, and trying to learn investments and to learn maybe new skills. I started this business of helping people, and I invested again in myself to get taught how to facilitate this amazing program and how to teach others to do what I do now. And my goals kept getting bigger and bigger, because once I achieved the first goal, that was just to get cured, to heal from whatever disease I was developing, eventually I thought, wow, I can achieve whatever I want if I tune into the frequency, if I become that person. And eventually I started acting like that person. I developed so much more confidence that I had before. My life completely changed once I became that person. Because as we were saying yesterday, the self-image is crucial. My self-image was the main problem and the main solution. My self-image was preventing me from reaching my full potential. And eventually I was suppressing so much of myself, of my potential, that my body decided to say, hey, enough is enough. I'm going to notify you, whether you like it or not, that this is not right. You need and you owe it to yourself to develop your full potential, express whatever creativity ideas you have in your mind. That this is what I've been doing so far. So far, my life has transformed tremendously, and so I'm living so much better right now. I am the healthiest version of myself yet, and keep getting healthier and healthier and more fit day after day. I am the wealthiest version of myself yet, and I keep getting wealthier, and I'm so much joyful and so much more confident every day. If I met you guys following us or watching us today, if I met you a few years before, maybe you know me from before. If we met a few years before, you know this is not the person that's standing in front of you today. I was very shy. I was very introverted. I could never speak in public. I thought I was not that kind of person that will be motivating or inspiring or articulate enough to go and speak in front of people. And I stayed in the shadows. But that was a huge mistake. I owed it to myself to get outside, to get to the light, and to keep being creative and keep expressing myself and keep growing and evolving. And this is what I'm here today to tell you guys, that not only you owe it to yourself, but you have all the opportunities and all the ideas and all the resources that you need to get more of life. So yeah, this is my story. Thank you everyone for listening. I'll get back to you, Ahmed, if you want to share something else.
Actually, it was a great opportunity to share our stories, and how much really that material, even just Bob gave 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 us, like, this transformation in our life. And this, because everyone have infinite potential. You have to understand that. I didn't thought about that. I was planning to do something, And all my plans was, or my goals were A and B goals, as I explained before yesterday. And that's why once I achieve it, I'm not enjoying. I get back to the masses. So here's the point is, once I start putting an understanding that you must put goal C, which is you don't know how to do it, just you have to be just willing and able. I want to do that. You want this more than anything else. And that's the key. That's the key to move. You start unlocking your potential by this step, by setting the right goals. And it will be a great opportunity by the end of this session. We'll be go deeper with the programs. And everything will start to change dramatically. Just imagine yourself after 6 months of being mentored by us. You'll just need a telescope to just look back where you was. So if we just open up for the questions, if there's any questions or previous questions, Nina.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Ask in the comments if you're watching us on social media. We are streaming on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Join on your favorite social media platform. I will be there to answer your questions. Look at the comments. I have a few people saying hi on Facebook, hi back, on LinkedIn as well. Hi, everyone. So yeah, we're doing this Q&A session right now. Feel free to ask all your questions about your goals, about any blockages or something you think it's holding you back. Tell us what you want to do, and if you started to do it yet. Tell us if you want to change careers. What do you think you can expect from 2024? And maybe in the meantime, we can already start by answering a few questions that we have had in the past. The first questions that we've had is, how do I know if it's my paradigm or my limiting beliefs talking, or if it's my intuition? That's a great question, because sometimes we hear something in our head, the voice in our head, and we don't know from where this is coming. Is it my paradigm? Is it my limiting beliefs? Or is it my intuition telling me that things can go wrong, or I should or shouldn't do something? So my response to this is that if you train your intuition and you train your mind that you can listen to your intuition and after that follow it, the voice of the intuition will get more familiar. And the next time you hear a voice or you hear an idea in your head, you will make sense. You will make the difference if it's your paradigm talking or if it's your intuition. There's something else you need to know to differentiate between the two. Intuition will send you messages that are very straight to the point, very direct. There's no why behind this. There's just go do that thing, go to that place, contact that person, stop doing that job, or you need to make the decision today, or this makes sense, I have to do it. Follow that directive. Your intuition gives you directives, and it's usually not followed by yes, but, or I will do it if I have the money, or I will do it just next Monday, or join the gym next January. For some reason, we need the why only if it's the paradigm. So if that message, that idea that you had is followed by an excuse, a reason, or if it's really preventing you from doing something you have decided to do in the past, it's probably your paradigm. So here you have it. The difference between a paradigm and intuition is that intuition will give you directives, and it will give it to you very straightforwardly and without any pretext or excuses or reasons behind it. And your paradigm is usually will go after that, after the decision, and tell you, oh yeah, we shouldn't have made that decision, we shouldn't have made that investment, maybe we can take your money back, or yeah, I applied for that job, but I would rather keep my old job because I feel familiar, I'm already comfortable with that. That's probably your paradigm. And your paradigm, if this is maybe the first time you're joining us today, the paradigm is that inner subconscious programming, that's your limiting beliefs, that's a mixture of fears and habits and previous attitudes that will keep you and want to keep you where you are. And you don't want that. You want to evolve, you want to grow. So this is how you make the difference between intuition and paradigms. The next question was that, how do I know if it's, how do I start focusing on my goal and have time to do the rest of my daily tasks? That's very good, because most people, when faced with a decision to start a new job, start a business, maybe start a side hustle, invest in themselves to maybe, I don't know, continue their studies or following a program, anything, they have difficulty making room for that new thing, that new goal, because they think their days are already full. I have a family to take care of. I have a job to do. My daily schedule is already full. I don't really have a spare 1 hour or two to focus on anything else. But guess what? There's always room for more, because most of us have passive activities that we spend at least 2 to 3 hours. That's statistically proven. We have at least 2 to 3 hours of wasted time every day, and we're not even aware, we're not even conscious that we're wasting that much time. So if you have a lot of things that you think you're doing, and if you think that you don't have the time to do it, can you really make the list and maybe make room in your calendar if you're using Google Calendar or anything else? Can you make like different slots of time and describe exactly what you've been doing in the previous hours of every day? You probably can make maybe 80% of the time. You can maybe trace it back to, okay, I was doing that, and then I had that meeting, then I went to the gym, blah, blah, blah. But eventually, there's at least 2 to 3 hours that have passed, but you have no idea what you were doing with that. Could be passive time spent in public transportations, could be passive time spent in front of Netflix or anything, but you end up wasting that amount of time daily. So guess what? You can just make room for your goal, for your studies, to get more familiar with yourself, to start studying, to invest in yourself, to start a side hustle, to learn a new skill on YouTube instead of watching or binge watching a series. There is room for improvement. There is room for your goal. So next question was that, how do I change my paradigm? That's actually a very good question, because it seemed that we talked about it maybe in an obvious way, but paradigms are very hard to change. And most people have tried before, as this person was asking. They say, I tried before, but I get discouraged every time and give up after a while. That's totally okay. That's what happens. And that's what a paradigm usually looks like. It's something you want to change. It's a set of habits that is subconscious. First of all, you're not aware of it. And second, if you get aware of, okay, I have this specific fear. For example, I am not comfortable doing public speaking. This was one of my fears. For example, I always use this as an example. So if you have a paradigm that you have identified that you want to change, there are two ways to change a paradigm. And I remember, Ahmed, you talked about it the previous days. The first thing is emotional impact. You may have faced an emotional impact at least once in your life, and emotional impacts are usually something negative. And after that, you think, or you notice that maybe a part of you has changed. You developed a new habit, or you got rid of a bad habit, maybe. You developed a new trait of character. But guess what? The emotional impact is usually something negative, if not always, and you cannot control once you get an emotional impact. You cannot control when, if you have a heartbreak, or you lose your job, or something happens on a national level, for example, a catastrophe, something. So this is not the obvious way, and this is not the best way to change a paradigm, even if it works. So the second and most efficient way to change a paradigm is constant spaced repetition of a new belief and a new habit. So decide what the paradigm you want to change is, become aware of it, write it down, decide what the opposite of that paradigm is. If it's a limiting belief that you fear public speaking, for example, if it's a limiting belief that you want to stay in your job because it's comfortable, but you know better that you probably would do better elsewhere. Write it down and then repeat it over and over again. Start challenging yourself. Small talk with people on a networking event, for example. That's a huge step to public speaking. Eventually, after a few months, if you keep talking to people over and over again for a few seconds and for a few minutes, and maybe you take the stand for a few minutes, and maybe after that you're doing your TED talk without even noticing. So this is what we do with a paradigm. We identify it, and then we identify its opposite, and then we work with constant spaced repetition. But I have not really met anyone who had changed a paradigm by themselves. We usually need support. You need a mentor, you need a coach, you need a friend, you need someone in your family to support you, you need a mastermind group, you need maybe, I don't know, to join a club or something, but you need support, and you need to be surrounded by people who support you and who are on the same level of awareness and vibration. So if you want to change a paradigm and become better in business, for example, do not surround yourself with losers who are just complaining about their work and about the economy all day long. How do you think you're going to change the paradigm if you are just surrounded by this kind of people? Surround yourself with by entrepreneurs. Go to networking events. Join an entrepreneurship club. Do a TED talk, do whatever you can to surround yourself, get a business coach, surround yourself with the right people. This is the way you change a paradigm. Ahmed, you have other questions, I think, to cover. So
Sure.
I'll give you the mic.
The fourth question, I think, can you share 3 things I can do every day to stay in the right vibration of my goal? Yeah, sure. I will give you just my secret. It's not a secret. I'm disciplined to use it every day. I'm committed to do it. It will be an unstoppable force. The number one is your morning routine. How could you nourish your spirit, your intellect, and your body? You could start with gratitude. What are you grateful for? 5 things, let's say, that you already have. You could share it with you write it down, and you could share it with your family. And 5 things that you want to achieve. Be grateful for it in the present tense. So would be a great vibration. It will be put you in a vibration of abundance. 2 is move your body, make like exercise. 3 would be a great thing is autosuggestion, which is practice this in front of the mirror and just talking and impressing your goal inside the subconscious mind until your subconscious mind believe in that. The 4th thing is write your goal. Writing will just create new thoughts, and the thoughts will create images, and images will lead you to move and act on it. It's thinking, feeling, and acting. The 5th one is affirmation. I am statement, like say, I am powerful, I am effective, I am a great leader, I am a peak performer. It's what you think of yourself, what you feel, what you act. It would be a great shift in your self-image. The 6th one, you could make the study, like 30-minute study, but it will be intensive study for the goal that you want to achieve. So look for what you want to achieve and link it for what you should study. Maybe a paragraph of the book. No need to read the whole book, just a paragraph, maybe a chapter. And the 7th one is the meditation, is you visualize your goal as if you achieve it and get emotionally involved. So first one is this millionaire morning routine. The second one will be just everything you do it now. Do less quality things more than doing like lots of things in a bad way. Just do less things. And there's a law here, it's the 20-80. Just look for the 20% of your activities that's creating 80% of your results. That would be a great start for you of the day. So think of that. And this is the one thing that you should be working on is just through your way of thinking is what do you need to master? And this is the law of compensation, is whatever you're doing, you have to be master in it. So this would be just do it now. Your mindset, you'll be working on it. Your leadership skills. So all those 3, you'll be working on it through the day. And the last one, this will keep you on a high frequency with your goal. And the last one is letting go. It was a big issue for me. I was so affected by surrounding. I was just triggered a lot is just let it go. Don't judge yourself and have this emotional discipline. Just get yourself, just don't compare yourself with others and let it go. Be emotionally neutral emotions and let your mindset lead, not your emotions. So this is would be great three things to share. Is there any other question? Let's see. What's the Prop Proctor Institute and how can you? Sure. Let's say let's talk about Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor is the longest person who studied success and human potential. He spent all his life, like 60 years. And I don't think anyone in this whole life he did what he did. And just I want you to think in that lineage because I'm concentrating on Bob Proctor. His partner is Andrew Carnegie. I have one of the clients. He will be joining us. So maybe in the next. So I will. You'll share your thoughts, Bakri. So he spent 60 years studying this material, and just if you look to that lineage, the thing started with Andrew Carnegie. As I explained yesterday, he was the wealthiest man in 1909. And then he was mentoring Napoleon Hill, the writer of Think and Grow Rich. And Napoleon Hill mentored Earl Nightingale. And Earl Nightingale mentored Bob, and Bob mentored us, me and Nina. So you have this knowledge of more than 150 years of the most successful people. We didn't invent that. We're just translating, we just started wherever the successful people left or ended. We don't need to create anything. It's already here. We just have to apply it and get better and better. And we have to master that. And as a PGI consultant, Procter and Gallagher consultant, so if you tell me, how can you help me? Just if you have imagined a goal that you want to achieve, we have this phenomenal program that we applied on ourselves first. And it's called Thinking into Riddle. And it's the best to achieve whatever you want to achieve and make this whole life-changing opportunity for you. And another thing, if you are stuck somewhere with your results, you want to achieve more, but you're stuck, you're with lack, limitation, this also will be a great opportunity to just, because maybe you tried lots of times, but it didn't work. There's a formula for that. And it's not a secret. That's why I told you several times, we're the best to teach that. We are the best to teach that. Make your dreams reality. And maybe some of you are frustrated with the results. So believe me, you'll make a great transformation in your life. You don't need to gather more information. It's enough. It's time to create this transformation. And we're the best to do that. I have Nina, one of my clients. He's an ex-NBA. If you could, because this question it would be related to him, the feedback and how we work with our clients.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, his name is Bakri. He's an ex-NBA player, and
Yes.
he's one of my clients. I would love to
Can
hear
you
from
unmute
him.
yourself? Yeah.
Bakri, can you hear me?
Yes, I can
How are
hear
you
you. You
today?
guys hear me? Yes.
I didn't plan
Good
to do
morning.
that, but I saw you text me and you want to listen for the fourth day. And so I
Yes.
sent you the link. Then I asked you to just show up. And I just want to talk about, because this is the question, how we work with our clients. Because some of them, they've never been coached before. Just if you could give us your feedback and tell us a little bit about yourself and your feedback about the working with us.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ahmed, for this opportunity, and thank you, Nina, because I'm a huge Ahmed fan. Honestly, it just like I don't know what happened, but we get connected by LinkedIn, and then he suggests me to become a mentor, and then it will be the third person who's trying to reach out to me to become my mentor during my new journey. Like mentioned earlier, I started my career like a playing sport over 10 decades. I was working out with NBA teams. I signed up with G League with the Dallas, Texas Legend. And then after that, I went back to play in Europe when I went to high school. And I just came back now in the US. I'm getting my NBA at the Augsburg, Minneapolis. And then it's just like it's been a blessing, honestly. With I met every Sundays our training call, and then like I go through the lecture, about paradigm, and then like I think Nina, she did a great job to explain that how really like the people had needed shift their paradigm to try to achieve the desired goal, because many the idea or many vision and a wish people might have, but if you are no right mentor to try to understand you and then guide you the right path, you can be like you say, oh, I'm making progress, but you don't get a result you want because you don't have a mentor who have to challenge you and then also push you to the right direction. And I'm very grateful for Ahmed to really be that guy for me, and then build that paradigm on me, and then they keep motivating me every single day.
Thank you. Thank you, Bakri, for this amazing feedback. Actually, I asked Bakri the first day, I want one thing from you, is just to be committed and you're willing to change. And he told me, I've tried lots of mentorship, but they were like big lies. I told him, okay, just respect this. I will be very honest with you. All what I need from you is commitment and just be willing to change. And he's committed, and that's why he's doing great. He's doing great job. The change was dramatic, phenomenal in his results. And he's still in the mentorship program. We didn't finish with him. And he's enjoying that. He's having results, like weekly results. And every second week, if you ask me how it's working, this consultancy program, it's for the 6 months. We'll be mentoring you, coaching you for every second week. We'll be having one meeting every second week. And the whole purpose of it just to create this massive quantum leap. And just once you make it, it's not only temporary, it will make permanent change. And that's what we were looking for. That's what we're looking for. The investment of this coaching is $6,000 for individuals. And we have another program for corporates. We will be coaching you just week by week on exactly what to do and how to do it. And you could hold us accountable for that. And this is the main point of mentorship, is holding you accountable. And you could hold us accountable because accountability is the success insurance policy. And that's why if I go back to my experience, what I passed, I did well before because I was not having great mentors in my life. Because accountability will prevent you from drifting. And just we will be so honest with you, and you will be open just for all questions and answers. And we will be facilitating the program step by step that will be mentoring you. And you will be mentored also by Bob Proctor, our teacher. He's the best teacher in the world. You can make all your research. Who teaches human potential, wealth, business, and success. And I would love to share this quote from Warren Buffett. He said that you always need great mentors around you. You always need the great mentor. So with all his experience, he always had great mentors. It's not only for professionals. We thought that's all for professionals. Even they are professional. Like now, Bakri, he's a professional ex-MBA. He left because he had an injury in his knee, but he was having mentors by that time. And he knows the necessity of having a mentor. But you have to find that mentor that you are in harmony with, that resonates with you. And that's your decision. And just what you have to be is be an intelligent follower for a great leader. So you could become a great leader. And look for a mentor that he have already results in his life. Look for them. So the present is meaningless unless it's connected to your future. The future dictates what decisions you should make in the present. Shall I hire a mentor? Should I start my own business? Should I change my career? It all depends on you. Just ask yourself, are you set up for winning? It's your choice. It depends on you, no one else. Don't blame anyone. We explained this through the 3 days. It all depends on you. You wrote down, we give you the worksheets. It's all about you. You create your own economy. And just keep this in your mind. You cannot push yourself alone to the limits. You and my colleague Nina said that. You cannot be alone. You need mentors. Maybe you'll do it and I did that. I changed like 20%. If you are okay with that, it's okay. Go for it. It's okay. But if you're looking for 5x and 10x, you need great mentors. And you're most welcome. We'd love to work with you and just be in our inner circle. We will set you up for success. And if you regret, because regret, it's the worst bad feeling. It's like a gorilla to be on your back. Oh, I wish I could take this. Oh, I don't have the money to pay for that. The amount of money is just relatively for what value you'll take from that and the results that you'll take from that. And just keep this in your mind. Winning is the best motivator. I cannot motivate you. I always tell my clients, I will never motivate you. I cannot. Motivation must come within. Everything is within you. I will just unlock and I will explain to you how you think, how you feel, how you act. I will unlock that because you are already great. I cannot give you greatness. I'll just have to help you to grow it up to the surface. And just once you're winning is your best motivator, and keep the winning as a behavior for you, part of your behavior, it's game over. It's game over. So think, just you'll not be alone for the next 6 months, working step by step, and you'll see huge quantum changes. We will be raising your conscious awareness because money, we thought we were looking for money. It's about level of awareness. We will be working on the values, not on the money. We will be working with you the relationship with money, but mainly we'll be working on the values. What added value you'll be giving? How you could leave the impression of increase with everyone. And if I have the opportunity, Nina,
Yes.
I would love to talk a little bit about the program,
Absolutely.
thinking into results, because this is the fundamental program. It will be like a roadmap to create that life of freedom, to achieve whatever you want to achieve. It's a tool set that you'll take and you can apply it anytime you want to achieve something bigger. It's not something that, okay, I took it once, it's a destination, I'm done. No, at all. It's a journey. You'll use it the whole your life. There's lots of studies, lots of things there in the outside, in the market. Just have a look at it. Wherever you resonate with any study, just stick with it for the next decade. Stick with it. Our issue is we are in and out, half in, half out. Once I started reading this material, I noticed that I will spend my life studying it and teaching it to others and helping others to achieve their real desire, to unlock their potential. And that was my purpose. So this roadmap, it's all of 12 models. Each model will build upon the other. It's not in the order. It should not be in the order. It's up to you. You could take it in order. It depends. But the main thing that you must start with is the number one is setting the goal. And setting the goal needs a decision. If you don't make a decision, committed decision, nothing will happen. It's your choice. God gave us this free will to choose. It's your choice. And once you set it on the setting goal will be on the conscious level, but achieving it, it will never be on the conscious level. It's on the subconscious level because 96 to 98% of our perception, results, and behaviors are coming from our subconscious mind. That's why we need to work on that. That's why I give you the morning routine. If you go back, please go back to the morning routine. Make it your routine. And then we'll move to model 2. That, okay, I know that. Now we want you to close that gap between knowing and doing. So whatever you know, we want you to be doing it. and hold you accountable for doing it. The 3 to 6 goal activity. What would be the activities that you'll be doing? Because we're filled with productive and non-productive actions. We have to cancel all the non-productive action, make it all productive action. And then we'll move to tap more through persistent to make a shift in the paradigm and start understanding the mind. With model 3 and 4, we'll be starting and tapping into the mind, understanding the conscious mind and the subconscious and how it works together, how we think, how we feel, how we act. The more we understand ourselves, the more we realize how much capabilities God gave it to us, how much talent and abilities God gave it to us. I thought it's all about money. It's not. You could do anything. Money, it's a result of what you're doing, of what you're thinking, of what you're feeling, what you're acting. And then we'll be teaching you in Model 5 about the 6 mental faculties. And we went through that, but we'll be going 2 weeks on applying it. And you'll be spending the whole life applying and developing it. The 6 mental faculties, because this is how you'll make a control of your surrounding. And do not let the surrounding control you. You're thinking inside out and not the opposite, outside in. And the 6th model would be about the self-image. And we talk a lot about the self-image. Most of us have lots of blockage in his self or her self-image. We have to unlock that. We have to release that. We have to let it go. Whatever is that thinking or feeling, or even through actions, we will be working on it. And this is part of the morning routine. You will make a script of your self-image. We will impress it in yourself, in your subconscious mind. This is the powerhouse. This is the giant that's moving everything in life. And then to the model 7, it's about the fear and those terrier barrier that, okay, I want to start. I'm starting my changing to my self-image. I make a script, how I'm thinking, feeling, and acting towards my goal, and thinking as if I achieve the goal, but I'm afraid. We explain that, but we'll go deeper and deeper until you unlock all the fears, write it down, and move you from bondage to freedom. And break that wall, whatever it's a paradigm, or it's a fear of failure, or it's a fear of success. It's lots of people have fear of failure or success. It depends. So we will break that wall and we'll set you for freedom and create that life that you're looking for. The 8th model, it's how we align the behavior, the belief system that you have, and the faith in yourself with the behavior. Okay, I believe in this, but I'm not behaving that. That's why we have that gap. So we will align that together. In Model 8 and Model 9, we'll be talking about the attitude. And we talk a lot about the attitude and how to have a great attitude. It's not easy. It needs lots of deliberate practice. First, you have to understand it. Once you understand, Nina explained this. Once you understand, you're not in the ignorance, you're in the knowledge, and you start understanding, you have the faith, and faith will lead you to well-being, and that's the freedom. That's what leads you to creativity. And then we have Model 10 is being a leader. You're the most important person. Treat yourself as the most important person, and you'll be the leader. Needs courage, needs leaving others with the impression of increase, supporting, helping, making definite decisions. So all those values, we'll be working on it. And then 11 is how you must and should leave everyone you meet with this impression of increase. This will change your attitude. Don't wait others to change toward you. Please keep this in your mind. I've learned this. This is a very tough lesson. That don't wait others to just change toward you. You must change. Either your kids, either your wife, or your dad and mom. You must change first, and then as a result, as by law, everything will change. Don't wait your brother to change. Don't wait your mother to change. You must change first. And that's your attitude. That's your attitude. You have to have a great attitude. But successful people, most of them, they don't know how to teach that. It's all about your attitude, how you think, how you feel, and how you act toward others. And the last one is magnifying your mind. You have like infinite mind. And through all the 12 models, we'll be applying this with the God's laws, the 7 God's laws, because God gave us this talent and ability to think, to reason, use our 6 mental faculties, to imagine, and not alone. And here's the point is we think that we will have to succeed alone. No, it will not happen. Just keep in your mind to compete with yourself and create with others. This is the only way you'll have like a last-longing success. Just mastermind with others, within your company, within your family, within your group. Look for the proximity who's around you. Choose your environment, and that's the booming for you. Thank you, Nina. And if there's any questions, is there any surprise? You told me that there's a surprise.
Absolutely, yeah. And thank you so much for explaining how the thinking into results problem work and how we actually work with our clients. As Ahmed was saying, this is a very comprehensive and very rich program that you can really benefit from throughout all your life. I keep studying this program over and over again, and I keep evolving. I keep getting myself into new goals and bigger goals every time, because every time I study this program, I start with a new level of awareness. It's like you reach a certain level in a video game, and you can achieve more and you can get more. The more you study yourself, the more you can discover layers and layers of knowledge and understanding and levels of awareness behind it. So it's really a lifetime program, and it lasts 6 months. And I know that many people have asked me, do I need 6 months to achieve my goal, or like, can I compress this program? Absolutely, you can compress this program and do it in much less time than that. But 6 months is enough, usually in average, to reach your goal and to cover the 12 modules, as Ahmed was explaining, module by module. We will do one module every 2 weeks. So 6 months is largely enough, but you can definitely study in less time than that. And you can more than definitely reach your goal in a much lesser time than that. So the Thinking into Results program is open for individuals and corporate teams. So if you're watching us on LinkedIn and you're a professional, you have a team, or you're a CEO, you're thinking of ways to increase productivity, to improve the work-life balance of your team members. If you want more results in less time, with less stress, effortlessly and easily, this is all possible. And you probably have been setting a much less bigger goal than you should. And we are here to tell you that you should and you can set up and achieve bigger goals. And the more you achieve, the more you are aware that you're capable of more and more. And all the modules that Ahmed was explaining build up one after the other, but you can definitely mix and match and definitely start with what resonates the best with you. And we're here to help you. We're here to guide you throughout all this program. There will be regular meetings where we'll be answering all your questions. There will be lots and lots of exercises. We've already given you a trailer or a snapshot of these exercises. There's a lot of things that you can work on, and we're here to work on that with you. We are more than happy to discover what your goal is, discover what your paradigm is, and help you surmount that paradigm and help you change it to a better paradigm, a much higher level of awareness, a much higher vibration. So we're here for you, and the surprise for you today, if you are joining us on Zoom, welcome again. If you're joining us on YouTube, on Facebook, or on LinkedIn, this offer is also for you. Today, we are offering, Ahmed and myself, 25% discount on the program. As Ahmed was saying, the program's cost is $6,000, paid in full or in installments. And you can benefit from 25% discount today if you reach out to us. Book your free 30 minutes discovery call so we can answer all your questions privately. We can do a laser focused call just focusing on your goal and how thinking into results can help you. Whatever your goal is, if it's professional, if it's financial, you want to switch careers, you want to get healthier, you want a better relationship, you want a better work-life balance, you want less stress in life, you want to travel more. I know all of these goals were once one of my goals. So we're here to help you do a laser focus session and really concentrate on what matters to you. You can use thinking into results with whatever aspect of life that you want. The only prerequisite is that you have to want it, and want it badly enough for you to invest time, money, effort, and concentration, focus, emotional involvement. You need to fall in love with your goal. Otherwise, we won't be able to help you. The only prerequisite is that fall in love with your goal. Decide on what you want, figure out what you want, and the rest is easy. Believe me, the rest is much easier than you think. And every time I achieve one goal, I'm like, wow, okay, I didn't figure this out at the beginning, but now that I did it, it's much easier than it seems. I don't know what you think, Ahmed, but I think this is
That's
something usual,
yeah,
right?
that's a huge, because I've seen that, and it depends, as you said, being willing. Because able, we did that. Anyone can do that. So ability, it's not an issue because we have infinite potential. The thing is to be willing. So the thing here is, and I would love to close with that, it depends on you. Do you want to be stuck in reverse with this universe, with this laws? And just keep in your mind, if you don't change, nothing will change. And Bob said that. I think, yeah, Bob. He said change is inevitable, but personal growth is a choice. And Jim Rohn said that if you invest in your job, you'll get a life, you get money, and that because we are conditioned. Just go to the university. I'm not against the education system, but I know it's a secret to being educated, and I make sure my kids go to school and know why they are going to school, understand themselves, understand their unlimited potential. And this is one of the main reasons made me go for coaching and mentoring. Is one of the purpose is my kids. I want to coach myself and help myself first, and then second, my kids. I want to be a leader for them. So Jim Rohn said that if you invest in yourself, the results will be fortune, lots. And from my experience through 15 years with international companies and with corporates, that once I started investing myself, everything changed dramatically. So this is the law of cause and effect. If you don't change, nothing will change until
It
you
will change
act.
for the worst.
Yeah, it's
Change for the worst, right?
yeah, and that's what's going on is they are not risking, because not risking is that you're being in the more riskier and whatever you're not doing it.
Yeah.
And until you act, nothing is going to happen. Don't tell me I will wait for the next month and see how things will happen, or the economy will change, or I don't know, the universe how. Just trust God, trust your intuition, and look for a great mentor that resonates with you. This is my message. Either me, Nina, someone else. Do something, change something in your life.
You know what I always say, Ahmed, is like look for a mentor or a coach who has achieved what you want to achieve now, who has been there where you want to go. Like
Yes.
if you want a fitness coach, don't go to someone who is unhealthy and struggling with their fitness issues and like expect them to teach you how to get fit. Same thing if you want a business coach, go see someone who has started a business. If you want to achieve a better career, go to someone who has achieved that level of experience in your career field. Go look for someone with whom you can resonate, because this person will stay in your life, will be a great mentor, will be someone you can really talk to, and someone who can provide relevant advice. We don't want very general motivational stuff. We want something straight to the point. So go seek someone with whom you can resonate with. If you resonated with our stories today, Ahmed or myself, please reach out. We can definitely help you at least answer your questions and provide you with more clarity. We'll be more than happy to do so.
Thank you, Nina, for this amazing 4 days. Thank you for the audience. I was so grateful for what amount of value insights you and I gave. And it's the audience choice to choose whatever they want in this life. Thank you.
Absolutely. The choice is yours. Welcome again, everyone. This was 4 days of mindset mastery training. We come to an end, unfortunately, but this will not be the last. I really loved part of this program and a part of this.
I think those are my kids, and they're
Okay.
waiting me because I have a flight.
All
Thank you.
right. Okay. So you should go.
Yeah.
Thanks again, everyone. We'll see you
They're
again.
sending a reminder. I have a flight.